Hey, I know it's been a while, but that's only because I've been using all that time to just think of the absolute best ideas for you guys for this YouTube channel. And I think I got it this time. Alright, today we are going to be watching the first episode of a show, then the last episode of a show, and trying to figure out everything that happened in the middle. Now, this could be the worst idea just of all time, or I could be a genius. So this is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna watch the first episode of a show, give a summary of it for those of you who haven't watched the show, and then I'll give my own opinion on like what happened in that episode and be like, wow, that episode was pretty crazy. Then I'll watch the last episode of a show, give my opinion on that, give a summary of what happened, and then just try and figure out what happened in the middle. Now, I'm not gonna do this alone, so I hit up my friend, and obviously she said yes because this is just the greatest idea of all time. Also, this is just strictly first episode, last episode, so if the first episode is like, oh, part 1, then second episode is a part 2, we're just doing part 1. So, these are the shows we're gonna be watching. Some of them, most of them, probably all of them you recognize. We tried to go for mainly mainstream titles here. So if you're out here saying, where's this show, where's this show, where's this show, either we've already watched it and so we already know what happens in it, we already plan on watching it, so you know I don't really want to spoil that, or your show sucks and we're not doing it. So it's one of the three. Anyway, let's first show. Let's start with this one.
Yeah.
So Atlas, you excited for My Little Pony?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait. This is gonna be so awesome.
This is a great starter. Warm up.
Are all the episodes even on Netflix? I think they uploaded the last episode on YouTube, so I think we'll be fine.
In doubt, we go to YouTube.
Did YouTube just go down? Alright, so what'd you think of that episode?
I think it was a banger. Watching Twilight just get bullied, also a banger.
Hell yeah. Alright, let's recap what happened. So, Twilight is just this normal little old pony that's really smart and hates being social.
Socialization.
Yeah. She figures out this like weird thing that like, alright, and on this day, this pony that's like stuck in the moon is gonna come out of the moon and like destroy the world or something. So
Yeah.
she writes to like the princess or queen or whatever, and it's like, yo, you gotta stop this from happening. And the queen is like, haha, that's not gonna happen. Anyway, come on over to this random hillbilly town so you can see if this party is gonna go well. And make friends. And she was like, I'll do the first thing, but not the second. So she kind of just walks around meeting the main characters, getting bullied, as you said. Then, like, at the very end, the pony in the moon, this sounds like really crazy. Like, sounds like I should have a tinfoil hat on my head. The pony in the moon comes out of the moon and then, like, just pulls up on this random hillbilly town and it's like, what's up? You guys are gonna die. And then it's a to be continued. And what happens next? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. Twilight literally looked like the Office meme or like the whiteboard guy.
No, guys, you don't understand, okay? Look, listen.
Guys, look.
God, the mayor in the moon is gonna like, not mayor, the mayor in the moon is gonna come out of the moon and then we're all gonna die.
And they're like, yeah, what a party pooper.
Oh, and also Spike, that man is black. All right, we gotta get that out of the
Definitely
way.
not voiced by a white woman. Definitely
Shut up.
not.
All right,
That's fine.
last
I've
episode.
never watched the final episode.
So what'd you think about that, Atlas?
Didn't realize how many characters there were.
Yeah,
Basically,
How
what
did-
they do for like One Piece. Like that was a lot of characters for My Little Pony. One Piece be building up like 20 new characters every arc or something. Like, bro.
like, all right. All right, let's start off with the rundown. Okay, it's Twilight and Spike just like super aged up out of nowhere, I guess.
Blow up.
Then this one random pony comes in and is like, "Hey guys, what's up? I hate Friends." So it's like, hey, I know someone else who hated Friends one time. So they flash back to before Twilight's coronation. She's like, "Oh man, I can't believe I'm leaving Ponyville. This is gonna suck. But hey, at least my friends will miss me." So she goes back to all of her friends, and then her friends are like, "Yeah, we're not gonna miss you." They don't say that, but like that's how she perceived it. So she started like crying and being real sad. Then they all start crying and being real sad. And then they're like, "All right, let's stop being sad and get you to your coronation." So they go to the coronation. The coronation goes awfully. Like the coronation just sucks. Eventually, they just laugh it off. Then it shows the other ponies like not really aged up. They kind of just look the same. I don't know why Twilight was the only one that like really looks different, but okay.
And Spike went on steroids.
Yeah, and Spike went on steroids. And then like they started singing a song. And you can really tell it's pretty like not fan servicey, but you can really tell it's like a celebration of My Little Pony and like all the past 9 seasons, really like for the fans. Except that's not really us. We just kind of watched the first and last. I know you watched like a lot more, but you never watched the whole show.
Yeah, I have no clue who all those dragons and bison are. I'm just kind of like, damn, who are you?
Yeah, but yeah, they just flash back to like every single character, and then they did like one final ending shot of all of them. Then it ended, and like I said, you can really tell it's like, wow, so many memories, but not really. Not to me.
Not for us.
Not for us. Up top. Woo! Next show. Alright, now at least you've seen more of My Little Pony than I have, but this, you don't know anything about Glee. I don't think I don't know anything about Glee.
I do not know anything about Glee. Knows that the guy who plays the Flash is in it.
I think it's just for like the annoying musical kids back in like middle and high school. So we'll see how this goes.
I thought episode 4 said Poggers.
Man, that'd be awesome.
Skip it up and down.
Thank God that's over. What?
Oh, the music. The music. It's so bad.
That was oh my God, that whole episode.
They literally took the approach of give characters sad backstory, make them unique to make you care about them. It did not.
Yeah, we're not doing a summary of this episode. If you want to give yourself hell, you can watch this episode by yourself. We can't even give a summary of one episode because it felt like we just watched 5 episodes. What was the pacing?
I still don't even know the name of the main character.
Will, they said it like a few times, I think. I don't know.
Bro.
I don't know what the pacing was. Every single adult in this show sucks ass.
Literally. I want the sweet release of death after that one.
We still have to watch the last episode though. Not tonight though. Yeah. Honestly, Glee took so much out of me. That one episode took so much out of me that I'm gonna stop filming for the night, and then we can pick this back up a different day.
Yeah.
Don't watch Glee. I hate it. I hate Glee, and I'm not talking about the emotion. God.
My granny called. She said, "Travis, you work too hard. Don't worry, you forget about me."
Well, that was that. We're done with Glee. Thank God. That was more bearable than the first episode.
Yeah.
Still not that good though. I would give a summary of this one, but there's not.
It's literally just singing. Unlike the first episode, it's just one thing.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of people singing and then leaving. Not as many tears as I thought there'd be, but it's really just like a bunch of people like, "All right, guys, see you later," and then it just shows like 5 years later, and they're just doing something. It's nothing to really give a summary over. It's really just like I don't even know how to explain it.
It's just a catch-up episode. Like,
Yeah,
what
it's
are the
just a
characters doing?
catch-up
It's an
episode.
epilogue.
Yeah, it's an epilogue. Yeah, it's definitely an epilogue episode. Anyway, yeah,
That was
don't watch Glee. It'll ruin your life, alright? If just don't do it, okay? We only watched 2 episodes, and I can tell you, it sucked both times. Next
Yeah.
show.
Kiss, fall in love.
So, Ouran High School Host Club. I've tried getting into this anime, I think, 3 separate times, and I don't know, it's just not really for me, which is strange because I really like romance and slice of life, and romance slice of life, but for some reason, Ouran High School Host Club just didn't do it for me. I couldn't get into it.
Literally, all I know is the kiss, fall in love. That's it.
Kiss, fall in love.
Fall in
Well, we're about to watch it right now, so at least you know something.
Oh yeah. I was gonna be like, I know that they sometimes have girls voicing guys in anime or just any show, but dang, that's a really, really feminine voice. And
Gee, I
turns
wonder
out-
why.
Haruhi's a girl. I actually didn't know that because I know jack shit about the show, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Alright. Recap time. Okay, so basically, it starts off with our main character, Haruhi, just walking, talking to her dead mom, I guess.
No, you have to say his. You have to reveal it later.
Oh, yeah. Talking to his, wink, dead mom. Stumbles into the host club by pure plot development coincidence. And then, like, it's just getting harassed, accidentally breaks a vase, and then now, because he broke that vase, he becomes the host club's dog. And I don't mean DAWG, WG. And then it cuts to, like, Haruhi just doing chores, and then, like, pouring coffee. And then one by one, all of them realize Haruhi's secret. Yeah,
Who
just more
turns
about him.
out to not be a him.
Yeah, at the very end, it's
Oh,
like,
yes.
Haruhi.
That thing with
you're a
what's
girl?
his face.
Was there a time before the episode where you realized, holy shit, that's a girl? Or was it until the very end where you were like,
It wasn't-
oh?
I was just like, huh, interesting choice in like voice direction, voice like stuff. Because there are like, I mean Luffy's
Ash
voice is
Ketchum,
obviously
Bart
more.
Simpson, Goku,
Yeah,
Luffy, Naruto.
yeah. I just didn't know if it was a stylistic choice or not.
Alright, last episode. Let's see what crazy hijinks they won't get into because we'll never know. Wow, that was so heartfelt.
It literally turned into a shonen
It literally, they
for
took
like
down
5
like 8.
minutes.
Alright, wait, recap, okay? Alright, so, it starts off with Haruhi leaving, and then they're all just hanging out. Haruhi starts beefing with this one chick. The club is gonna be shut down, and they're all like, oh my god, no! And so, and
They
then they
go
see
rescue
Tamaki driving away with the chick that Haruhi was beefing with, and then Haruhi was like, we gotta stop them, let's go!
We gotta
So
go
they get down.
rescue Haruhi from, not Haruhi, we gotta go rescue Tamaki from an abusive relationship.
Yeah, so they go down to like this garage and it's like, you gotta drive us over to this car so we can get Tamaki back over here. And the driver's like, I would, but you guys are about to get jumped. So instead, this random carriage comes out of nowhere. So like half of them go on the carriage to like save Tamaki, and the other half beat up like 100 different trained security guards. I don't know what that was about. So Haruhi eventually catches up to Tamaki, and it's like, Tamaki, you gotta come back to the host club, please! And Tamaki's like, okay. But then eventually Haruhi like falls off the horses, like into the lake or like pond or whatever.
He did not have
Tamaki's
the
like,
horses in the back.
Tamaki's like, oh my god, I gotta save her, and also jumps into the lake, grabs onto Haruhi. They share a tender hug.
Embrace. And embrace.
And then
no
they fall down on their heads, which should have killed them, but okay. Then they all just start like busting a move on the dance floor. And then, yeah, that was pretty much that. Now, what happened between the first and last episode, since we neglected to do this for the other shows, but that's just because the last episode kind of, like, well, alright, for Glee, the last episode kind of explained what happened. And for My Little Pony,
things.
yeah, and for My Little Pony,
I mean, I watched the show, so.
yeah, and also there was just too much, man. I don't even know. There was just too much. I think, alright, Haruhi ends up being this super awesome host that like everyone is like, oh my god, like I need to request Haruhi, wow. And like I think nobody finds out Haruhi is a girl until
Except
probably
for the
like
evil
this.
chick.
Yeah, except for the evil chick. And then, like, I think probably throughout the episodes, it's just Haruhi being like, hey, you guys are rich, but that doesn't mean you guys have to be rich. Like, it's like a Wreck-It Ralph thing. It's like, just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you have to be a bad guy. It's like, just because...
Are you proposing that Haruhi was like, just because you guys are rich doesn't mean you have to become poor like me. Live on
something like that. Personality wise though, it's like you guys don't have to be like elite, you guys can just be normal. And then they were probably like, no. Anyway, yeah, I think that's what happened. Yeah, next show. Man, you know, this announcer is right. You know, like, what's gonna happen next to Goku and Bulma? Who's gonna find out the secret of the Dragon Balls? What's gonna happen next? Not us, we'll never know!
Wait, has Dragon Ball finished?
I don't know. I know they did just come out with a movie really recently, Dragon Ball Superhero.
Superhero?
Yeah, it's Dragon Ball Super, and then like Superhero.
Bruh.
Anyway, recap. Alright, so starts off with Goku just chilling out, minding his own business, you know? Just like killing things, punching wood like he's in Minecraft. Crazy. He starts talking to his grandpa, which is in this Dragon Ball. And then this one chick named Bulma pulls up in a car, hits Goku, and Goku's like, I simply cannot let this slide, and then destroys Bulma's car, and almost
she
Bulma.
shoots him.
Then Bulma shoots him, and for some reason bullets just don't work against Goku. Bro was invincible since day one, I guess. Anyway, Bulma ends up going to Goku's crib, and it's like, oh my god, is that a Dragon Ball? And Goku's like, that's not a Dragon Ball, that's my grandpa. And then Bulma's like, my guy, your grandpa is a Dragon Ball. And Goku's mind is just like, whoosh. It's like, oh my god, my grandpa's a Dragon Ball? What's a Dragon Ball? And then it cuts to this one weird guy finding a Dragon Ball. I don't know what that was about. And then eventually Bulma was like, hey, you and I could form an alliance. And then we could find the Dragon Balls together. And Goku was like, yeah, alright. So they go to do that. Then Bulma gets kidnapped by this pterodactyl that talks.
She's also very dirty-minded, despite the fact that she's talking to a child.
That too. So Goku saves her from this pterodactyl. And they ride off into the sunset looking for the Dragon Balls. And I guess we'll never know where they are. And then last episode... Well, that was a lot.
It's just the deadass the entire universe just relied on
on that one fight, apparently. For all we know. Alright. So, recap, they're just fighting this one dude. Okay, and then they're about to kill the one dude, and then a guy in the center's like, don't die! So he doesn't die, then Goku steps in and is like, hey Frieza, let's beat this guy up. So they beat that guy up. Then they all just dap each other up. Frieza was dead apparently, then they're like, you know what, come back to life. Oh yeah, and then apparently
Even though you're evil.
yeah, and then apparently the one guy who somehow won that tournament was like, let's bring back every single destroyed universe, and everyone was like, what? And then yeah, they did that, and then it shows them all at the end. We're still not sure if that was actually the last episode of Dragon Ball Super. Maybe this was just the last one we could find.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so that's the best we're gonna get. And then Goku and Vegeta are fighting at the end, and it was pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
And we're not
I
we're
rate-
not
I
trying to
rate
make
this
connections
show-
between the first and last episode anymore because it's too hard, man. It's too hard.
I rate this show a 7 out of 7 Super Dragon Balls.
Ah yeah. I know, I rated like a 5 maybe.
We know everything there is to know about this show from 2 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. We know Goku as a kid and now he's an adult. And that's all we need to know.
Yeah. We got to see Goku's embarrassing baby pictures. That's all we needed.
Ah, hell yeah. Alright, next show.
Secret Tunnel! Secret Tunnel!
Alright, Legend of Korra. So, we've both seen Last Airbender, but I haven't seen any of Legend of Korra. What about you?
I haven't either. I think you're the one that told me it wasn't that great. I don't know. It just someone told me it wasn't that great, and I was like, all right, no. Even my little brother, like, he was like, yeah, it wasn't as good. And so that swayed me to never watch it. But I guess
Ah.
we're doing that now. So
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really know if we can really say we've watched these shows.
that's true.
That's rough, buddy.
Man, that Korra is such a rapscallion.
I wonder if that like Kabuki mask guy, if it's kind of like where the benders are taking down the benders kind of deal, you know? Like, I wonder if it's
Maybe.
like that.
Alright, let's recap. So, starts off with Korra, like, as a kid, being like, what's good, I'm the Avatar! And then it skips over to her being, I think, a teenager, and now she's like, what's good, I'm the Avatar! And then starts talking with, like, these old people, and it's like, yeah, guys, I'm the best. And they're like, no, you're not. So then she gets on the polar bear dog, and then just starts, like, riding it. Eventually, Aang's, like, kid pulls up, and is like, what's Gucci? And then also has his kids, so Aang's grandkids. Korra is like, yo, thank God you're here, now you can teach me airbending. And Aang's son is like, no, I'm not. And Korra's just like, what? Then who's gonna teach me airbending? And then Aang's son is like, figure it out! So then
Like, that
Korra,
sounds like a you problem, mate.
yeah. So then Korra's like, you know what? I'm just gonna follow you to the big city. And then she tries to sneak out. And then Katara is like, you trying to sneak out? And Korra's like, yeah. Katara is like, alright, cool. So she ends up making it to the big city. And she fishes. This random guy comes out of a bush and it's like, hey, mind if I have a fish? And she's like, go for it. And then ends up being chased by the police. So she runs away from them. She runs into these like mafia guys wreaking havoc on the shopkeepers. It's like, you better cut that out. And they're like, or what? And they found out, or what? The police catch back up to her and it's like, you're under arrest too. And then Korra's like, what? Pff, you can put me under arrest. I'm the Avatar. So then they put her under arrest. Yeah, then we run into Toph Starter as she's being interrogated. And Korra's like, come on, your mom and me technically were homies. Aang's son comes back in and it's like, listen, you're going back to the South Pole. And then Korra's like, can I please not? And then he's like, okay. So then she introduces herself to the city. And then, yeah, that's the end of episode 1.
I feel if it wasn't literally called The Legend of Korra and was streaming on Nickelodeon, they could have done something where, you know, like the fact that she got there early kind of really screws up their plans. Like I don't know, maybe she dies or something, because you know, she isn't ready to be out there, and
I think you just
But
want
that's
Korra to die, Atlas.
Bro, she has zero redeeming qualities.
I think that's the
Zero
point of the
redeeming
show. I think
qualities.
that's the point of the show, Atlas.
I mean, seriously, what's with you people? I'm blind.
Wow. That was
What a crazy
awesome.
series.
What a great show. Man, 4 whole seasons. We went through all 14 minutes of it. So, luckily, half of this episode is fighting. So, that's my recap. So, recap. Korra is like talking with this team. It's like, alright, go Power Rangers. And then, yeah, fighting. Then more fighting. Then some more fighting after that. Then after that. And then this guy gets like struck by like his own lightning or something. Then more fighting. Then a little more fighting after that. Then a little more fighting after that. Then they do like a crazy gender reveal. And then like Korra and this one girl are talking. It's like, you don't have to be bad. Put out the talk no jutsu, you know? And then eventually the girl is like, okay, I won't be bad anymore. Then it like switches to a wedding where these two people get married. Now, I get it. It's supposed to be emotional. But we had no idea who these people were. So, yeah. And
It
then
was just so
still at the
emotional.
wedding. Then Korra's talking with its other chick. And it's like, yeah, let's get the heck out of here. So they get the heck out of there. Then the episode ends. And then the series ends. So what do you think?
Yeah. It was a banger. Kind of makes me think of the ending to My Little Pony season 2 with the Canterlot wedding, and then they're all happy, and then there's like a song, and then they go explore a new realm shortly after that. Just saying, it's all My Little Pony.
But yeah, for the next 3 shows that we watch, once we like finish quote unquote them, should we make a song about them?
I don't think either of us have the capabilities of creating a song.
No, I got this for Legend of Korra right now. Yo, yo.
I dropped out in the 4th grade to run drugs to support my nana.
That means you haven't known the triumphs and defeats, the epic highs and lows of high school football.
Riverdale. I've heard this show is not that good.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard things about it. That's about it.
I've heard bad things about it. You said you read the comics that it's based off of, right?
Yeah, because it's based off of Archie comics, and I used to read those a lot. And then I'm like, oh, there's a show. And then I heard it's not that good. So,
Yeah. But hey, I guess we're about to find out.
I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
Well, I didn't think there could be a show worse than Glee, but Riverdale managed to pull it off.
I feel like it could work, but the fact that they're drawing from the Archie comics, the simple story of a ginger in a love triangle with a blonde and a rich girl, and they're just like hanging out doing fun high school stuff. Occasionally they do like there's like a comic about how they're an adult or something or whatever. It's Archie. You don't do this to Archie. You don't do whatever this is to Archie. No. What is this?
I haven't read any Archie comics, so I don't really, I'm not as outraged as you, but like, I definitely get the criticism now where people have said, yeah, Riverdale is just trying to be too many genres at once. Yeah, I get that now. Okay, what the hell?
Yeah.
Instead of Riverdale, no. You know what needs to happen? Instead of Riverdale, call it Riverside. This whole place happens in UC Riverside, and boom, we got a different show here.
Honestly, it would fit better. Like,
Yeah.
But does it make sense that like? I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna watch the rest of it, but it doesn't make sense that they're drawing from the Archie like comics when this is just like it's just a high school story.
Yeah,
Why do you need to
it shouldn't
draw
even
from
be a high school story. It should be a college story. Alright, these are not sophomores in like. What is this? This is not a sophomore in high
It's not
school.
just the wrong age group. It's like it's a story that takes place at a school. How much of a struggle do you need to be having to not just be able to come up with some random school name, random high school character names? How How do you not just come up with that? It's not that hard.
Man, I don't want to do a recap of this episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Just say stuff happened.
Stuff happens. Here's a time lapse of the whole episode actually, but only in like 3 seconds. Okay, hope you enjoyed that recap. Look, if we don't like the show like more than Glee, that's saying something. At least we did recaps of Glee. Not for Riverdale. Riverdale, man. No. This show sucks.
So not only did
Wow.
it go back before Jason's death, they also traveled to a completely different time period.
Where they don't even exist. Well, they're not supposed to exist. This is. Alice, do you want to do the recap this time? On the bright side, we're done with all the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did it. We watched through, what was it, 6 different shows. I noticed that we seem to dislike the live action ones. Not live action, but like the ones with real people the most.
Okay, wait. So which ones did we even watch? Again, we watched Orange Host Club, My Little Pony, Riverdale, Glee,
Legend of Korra
Legend of Korra.
and Dragon Ball.
Yeah. I mean, I just didn't understand what was happening for Legend of Korra and Dragon Ball, but like, Orange Host Club was simple, and obviously I used to watch My Little Pony, but like I don't know. I guess it's just the style, you know, like
Yeah.
of TV, like screenwriting.
Glee and Riverdale, we can say for sure, don't watch those shows.
Yeah.
And if you are a fan of those shows, I feel so bad for you. And you're gonna be like, no, that's okay. And I'm just like, no, you should be ashamed of yourself. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. This was absolutely awful. So for our suffering, please like and subscribe and comment, because I only post once every... Turn on notifications too, so you know anytime I upload the best video ever. See you guys.